Hi,
Hi, good morning. Good
how
to
are
see
you,
you.
Lois? It's
I'm
really good to see
great.
you.
Yes, it's the end of the year soon. I think our last episode of this year, which is
Yes,
kind of sad, but it's crazy how fast this year has gone.
I know. I know. Welcome, everybody, the last episode of 2025. I'm excited today. We've got a really great, going to be a great message to round out 2025. We've got Maya J, who is a software
Mm.
engineer at ResultsCX. And she was the winner of our Rising Star Award in the Women in Digital Awards in 2025. So she's going to be joining us from Bangalore. Let's bring Maya on stage.
Hi, Maya.
Do
I
we
don't
have,
think we can
do we have
see you.
Maya?
Yeah, there you
There she
are.
is.
Hello,
Maya,
hello.
Hello.
welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome. How are you?
I am good. How are you guys?
Good, good. We're so excited to
Good.
have you, and I'm really looking forward to our conversation. So, Lois, maybe we'll say hello at the end and wish everybody the best of what's left in 2025.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. So, Maya, thank you so much for joining us. Really excited to have this conversation. And I want to start with a question. You are clearly committed to training. So I want to talk a little bit about this early part of your journey. You went from being a support representative right out of school, I believe, to becoming an automation software engineer in just a couple of years. So, talk a little bit about that journey. Talk about your commitment to training and what that's been like for you in this early stage.
Yep. So my transition or my journey began in the year 2020. So the pandemic era. I graduated my engineering then. So since the job market was tough, I was open to any opportunities that was available. So that's how I ended up in the being a customer support associate, and that was my first job. It was not related to what I studied, but that was what was available in the market for me at that time, and I was like, yes, I am going to take it, and let's see where this takes me. And honestly, that was the best choice I made, looking back to it today, because it has taught me uh, communication, understanding people. There's a lot of direct interaction with people, which uh, which showed me the importance of empathy, and the whole when, especially in the customer service industry, the training is very important. They teach you everything: how to talk, how to present, how to be empathetic, and how to understand a problem. And it was a technical role, so I had to think fast technically and give a solution. So the whole it did teach me a lot, and from there I was still open for all the opportunities whatever would come. And a friend suggested me there is RPA, that is robotic process automation, and he did refer me to a job. So I prepared, I learned about this whole new domain, I cleared the interview and got a RPA associate job. And in this job, I was trained on basic automation tools. I learned more about automation, and it was exciting what I came across. Honestly, before that job, I didn't even know there was something called RPA. So at that point, I was just open to whatever came my way. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'm going to learn. That's the whole attitude, whether it was my first job or my second job. And from there, I transitioned to Results CX, where things literally fell into place. The best part is Results CX is a customer service industry, and I'm working as an RPA developer here. So it basically ties my first two experience, and I'm getting to solve customer service problems using my RPA skills. So that's how I've ended up here. So basically, if you ask me how did I end up here, it was being open to the opportunities, and whatever comes my way, I'm going to upskill, prepare, and deliver.
Talk a little bit about that technical aspect versus the design aspect. I know that part of your role as an engineer is to build bots and, work with the automation software, but really your overall objective is to create excellent customer experiences, right? So it sounds like that role really combines your experience as a customer support representative and your engineering experience. So talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So currently, I am working in the digital transformation team in my company. And here it did start with basic process automation, wherein I was given some simple workflows which were repetitive and use the relevant technology and automate it and make it easy. Even automating the smallest processes have delivered great results because it mainly frees up time for the people who are doing it and delivers accurate results. So even though it did make a huge difference, and from there my role started expanding to identifying the processes that can be automated, and why should we automate it and why shouldn't we automate it is something we have to decide before going to the technical part of it. So the end goal is we have to deliver a good customer service, or the people using the automation should be benefited with it, and we won't have to do it in a very scalable and optimal way without uh, it being overhead. We want it, the whole aim is to make life easy. So it kind of right now I get to explore various processes across our operations, and for various clients what are the different workflows they follow, how easy it is to automate, how much time is it consuming. We do all the analysis, and that's actually the fun part of my job. I guess I get to talk to different departments across my company and understand what they are doing, and my end question will be like, can I automate it and can I make your life easy? So if it is doable, yeah, how can we do it? Identifying the right tech stack, identifying how can we do it. And many a times surprisingly we it's not the automation that would solve the problem. It's just re-engineering the process workflow, and the results will automatically speak for itself. So identifying when we really need automation and when we don't, and how the workflows are currently existing and how can we make it better, is the fun part of my current role. And it's exciting that I get to learn and talk to so many people on a very regular basis despite of
Well,
the very technical job.
that's something else that really stood out when I was preparing for today's conversation and reading about your background, is that you have volunteered for lots of projects and you put yourself forward to take on extra work. And one of the interesting things that I saw in your nomination was that you MC a company-wide meeting, which gives you exposure to lots of different senior leaders at your firm. So talk a little bit about that. What drives you to put yourself forward like that?
Okay, there's a little backstory for that. So that
Okay.
inspiration comes from my dad. So my dad is a very good public speaker. He loves to talk, and he has done so many events like that. So I have pretty much grown up seeing him do that. So ever since I was in college, I was like, okay, my dad can do that, I can also do that too. So I kept doing it. Any opportunity to talk on the stage or give me a mic, I'm going to take it. And once I joined ResultsCX, when this opportunity came across to me, I was like, I literally jumped onto it because basically it's fun for me. It's something I enjoy doing it. And my team has been fortunately very accommodating despite of my automation job workload. They were like, okay, you go have fun doing the MC part also. So I did honestly, the whole reason I wanted to explore the different, I volunteer to do this part of the job is it's fun for me. The access it gave me, the visibility it gave me was just the byproduct, or the recognition it has given me. I really didn't expect it. And now I'm very grateful. Like, oh, I got to talk to all the cool people in the office.
What a great backstory. I hope your dad's listening. Uh,
Yes.
one of the other things that you've been recognized for is your leadership and mentorship inside of your firm and elsewhere in helping create a culture of trust and diversity. And so I'm wondering if you can share an example with us, even though you're early in your career, you've been able to build quite a bit of trust and advocacy. So can you give us an example of how you went about doing that and building that trust among your colleagues?
I don't have a specific example, but I'll tell you what happened. I have been very fortunate that my team itself is a very respects honesty and trust, and everyone wants to learn from each other. So I did literally step into a very positive environment, and I did make the best use of it. Having the positive environment was, I guess, by luck, but I did make the use of it. That was mainly. How we interacted, how I was able to learn whatever they taught me. And one important thing I learned was, if I make a mistake, I should admit it, take ownership, and convey it to them. And they were very happy to help me, and this kind of went it was mutual. It was not just one sided, and on the long term it has built the trust and honesty in the team. That's how I was able to advocate myself, that yes, I can confidently tell I did this and this went well. And even if I make a mistake, I learned ownership because of the environment. So I'm quite grateful for the place that I am currently at, and the people around me who gave me that privilege. And fortunately, I did make the best use of it, and that's how I'm able to do it.
It makes such a big difference, doesn't it? The people that you're working with and the team. Talk a little bit about
Totally.
the importance of recognition. At ISG Women in Digital, we're very strong proponents of recognizing women's accomplishments. And tell us a little bit about the role that recognition has played for you as you're building that trust and being recognized for being a leader on your team. How can we do a better job of incorporating recognition and support for women's achievements and our colleagues' achievements across the board?
So, recognition is a very important aspect in general in life, not just particularly at job. So, one main thing I'm very grateful, is this ISG Women in Digital Recognition that I got changed the way people in my family look at me. They're like, oh, she's doing something cool. Otherwise, I was just a girl sitting in front of the laptop. So it makes a huge difference, whether it's personal or professional. And in my around me, I have seen many women, especially, who are very hesitant to talk about their achievements, or
Mm.
present themselves. So having such platforms which recognize, wherein someone else can nominate you and tell this person is doing an amazing job, is a great place. And even though it's just a one-time yearly event, even on daily basis or on a team level, recognizing and identifying each other makes a huge difference. And I do have many other friends who are in the tech world in different domains,
Mm.
uh, who are not from my background or my company. We do share and celebrate whatever we do well at work. And I guess celebrating each other uh, on our small wins is also a type of recognition, which I guess pretty much everybody can cultivate. So yep, it plays a huge, it may at least it did make a huge difference for me, the recognition I got from ISG. So thank you.
Yes, of course. And I think recognition is so important. It's something that sometimes I know I personally and some of us can take for granted. So incorporating recognition, celebrating each other's accomplishments is very important, as you said. So thank you for mentioning that. One of the aspects of your job is that you've made a very deliberate decision to be client facing. So I'm wondering what that's like for you. I imagine that it would be easy in your role to sort of stay in the background and do what you do as an engineer and working with technology, but that's not you. That's not the choice that you've made. You've been very deliberate about being client facing. So tell us a little bit about that, and give our listeners some advice about how they can be more client facing and more client forward.
Yes, I do have a personal reason for that. Like I said, I loved talking, any opportunity to
Mhm.
talk. And I'm an engineer who loves to build things. And putting those together, basically, I'm an engineer who loves to talk about what I build. And if I get to do it on a bigger platform, I'm very happy to do it. So basically, how it all started was whatever automations I built or whatever work I had done. So there would be some small clarification or a small demo that we were supposed to present to the client. So even the smallest opportunity that I would come across, I would volunteer that I can do it. And fortunately, my team trusted me and pushed me ahead. And now I can have an end-to-end conversation, identifying the process or talking the technology or conveying what we are doing. It kind of, it was a slow evolution. It's not like I went directly into it. Any small opportunities that come across, I took it. And I guess that would be the advice I would give to others as well. No opportunity is small. Even if it's like a small clarification, you get to talk to a new person, go do it. Like if I can do it directly, I would do it myself. I wouldn't send it through somebody else. So
Yeah, I
that's
think
how it
it
is.
takes a lot of courage, I think, especially when you're earlier in your career, to volunteer for those opportunities and to put yourself forward and say, I want to do this demo. I want to be in front of this client. So I think it is important to take those
Yes.
opportunities, but also have the support of your team. So it's great to hear that those were available for it.
Yes, yes. It's not the easiest decision to make. It's just that the tiny risks you take. And so, instead of jumping to doing something big all at once, saying yes to smaller opportunities, I would say it like, you're taking small risks so that end results are big.
That's good advice. So tell us a little bit about your experience with mentors and the women that you've mentored. We talk a lot about mentorship and advocacy in women in digital, and I know it's something that's very important to our audience and to our listeners and the members of our community. So talk a little bit about what's important to you about mentorship and how can we create that advocacy for ourselves?
So, mentorship, I have come across different people at different walks of my life. And fortunately, all the three jobs, I have had women managers who have been, who have shown me what leadership should look like, and they have done a great job. So I think one mentor I do look up to is my current manager. She's Sunanda Adhikari, and she was also ISG Women in Digital finalist for AI Champion, and she has trained me, and not just trained, she has also showed what leadership looks like and how much trust, empathy makes a difference in the team. uh, and other than her, fortunately, I'm in a place where I get to see many other women in leadership positions. So I
Hmm.
get a chance to talk to them, interact with them, or sometimes just them walking around, I know like, oh, this is what she's doing, and that it's just very cool. There are so many times where I'm literally fangirling, like, oh my god, that she's doing something amazing, and the other person doesn't even know. So basically, there are many mentors who I think are my mentors and they don't even know it. So basically, when you tell how do we advocate for ourselves, be authentically yourself and do what you're doing and have fun. So you never know who is really looking up to you. So me,
Oh
even
my gosh, that's
since
so
I was,
true, right? You never
yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah, when since I was younger, I have been looking up to different people for different aspects, and they have no idea how much they have inspired me or how much they have changed the way I see things or perceive things. So yep, advocating first starts with being authentically yourself and enjoy what you're doing. And yep, I guess from there it goes on. And you also asked about me mentoring others. I haven't taken that role very seriously, but in general, if anyone approaches me, one advice through my corporate training that I've got is no question is silly. So I guess that is something I keep in mind and tell everybody. And I'm happy to answer any questions to the best of my knowledge. Being approachable is one way I have created a space wherein I can advise other people.
Because in the same way that your mentors may not know that you're looking up to them, I'm sure there are several people who look up to you that you might not know about it. So that's
Yep.
amazing. So this flows into the question that we got from our previous guest. So December should probably be called Rising Star Month here at the ISG Women in Digital Talks, because last week we had on Alex Carter, who was a Rising Star winner as well. And she had a question for you. You've answered it a little bit, but maybe you could just double click. So Alex's question for you, Maya, is over your career, which individuals have inspired you or changed the way you lead? And how have they influenced who you are today? I know you mentioned someone already, but maybe you can talk a little bit about the inspiration and how they've changed how you lead today.
Yes, yes, since I've already mentioned one name, I do have another name in my mind. That is my dad. He is a retired professor. And like I said, he is a very social person, volunteering and actively talking. And he has taken up many leadership roles. He was very proactive throughout his career. So watching him has shaped who I am, because when I say my dad is my role model, it's not just I want to be like him. There are so many things I got to see, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that, because I got to see the professional and personal side of his decisions, how the professional decision affected his personal life, how personal decision affected his professional life. So growing up with that has shaped me what it means to be a leader, and how much, sometimes you should really know your limit when you have to take a step back, and there are sometimes you have to push beyond your limit. So that's something I have basically grown up watching someone do it in my house. So yeah, I have a role model right in my house.
Wonderful. Our next guest is Emma Connolly, and she is going to be joining us in January. She is going to be talking about some research that she's doing about social media and women in tech. So we're really looking forward to that episode when we return in 2026. And I would love to hear your question for Dr. Connolly.
Yep, Dr. Connolly is, I think she's also a researcher. She's into social media and she's into tech. She is wearing so many hats, and I'm quite looking forward to her talk. So, my question is, given that she has exposure to so many domains, is there any fun or any memorable event that she experienced that did teach her something, and it is something she wants to share with us? I really want to hear a fun story from her.
All right. Well, I hope she's listening, and we'll make sure that if she's not, it's that question, and she talks about that when we have her on in January. And I hope everybody can join us for that. Maya, it's been such a pleasure to speak with you. Maybe we can bring Lois back in.
That was such a great conversation, Maya. I really enjoyed it. There was a few things that just were very memorable. I wish I could have almost like counted the number of times you talked about how your job is fun or things that you enjoy, which I think sometimes we forget because we get so caught up in all the things that we need to do. And you found not only do you like to build things, which is just something that you could incorporate in your job, but the MC work that you were talking about, you find things around your job or working with people that also brings a lot of enjoyment. And that's so important, to really be able to, we spend a lot of time here. And you also talked a lot about trust and taking tiny risks. And I think as a rising star, so important for anybody who's growing in their career, that you don't have to take these big, huge leaps. And, there's lots of little steps that you could take that really builds your confidence. So that's really great to hear from you.
Thank you so much again, Maya. I hope you have a great evening, and everybody will see you back here in January.
Yeah.
Yes,
happy holidays.
So thank you for the opportunity, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.